Welcome to Dream Weavers, adult sleep stories, where we bring you calm, slow narratives, exploring history's gentle rhythms. Tonight, we journey to ancient Rome to softly trace the quiet beginnings of the Colosseum. If you find peace in these stories, please like and subscribe to support more tranquil explorations. Now, settle in, and let us begin the day's first light, the building of the Colosseum. Chapter 1. Dawn. Over an empty plain. The morning stirs quietly beside the low river plain. A flat stretch of earth lies untouched and calm. The wind whispers gently over packed soil. Soft light warms the ground as slow shapes emerge, men and beasts gathering tools, wooden stakes placed with measured care, ropes stretched with measured care, ropes stretched with thoughtful hands. Each small movement repeats, easing into the hush. Measuring, marking, smoothing. The hands move steadily, each motion a careful step in the unfolding day. The rhythm of preparation beats softly in the air. Long breaths rise and fall, sinking gently with the gentle rustle of earth and leaf. Around the site, the world feels still, poised on the brink of beginning, waiting to welcome the brink of beginning, waiting to welcome the first stones into place. Stakes driven slowly into the earth stand in quiet lines. Ropes run taut, mapping the broad outlines of the great structure soon to rise. The site holds its breath as the steady work of marking spreads across the plain. The sun warms the backs of workers who move with careful purpose. The calm is deep, the world around them hushed and stretching toward day. Measuring, marking, smoothing, moments pass with gentle repetition, inviting you to breathe slowly alongside the workers. The earth feels firm and patient beneath soft hands. In the distance, the low river murmurs, its steady flow a hushed companion. The air is cool and still, carrying the faint scent of wood and stone, building anticipation with each deliberate action. The slow dance of preparation continues as men gather timber, aligning beams with quiet precision. Each step is repeated in gentle cadence, a stake here, a rope there, smoothing the earth underfoot. The plain stretches wide, empty yet filled with quiet promise. The steady murmur of activity blends with the soft wind, wrapping everything in calm expectancy before the work truly begins. Measuring, marking, smoothing, time seems to slow amid the early light. The world wakes with measured patience as tools are laid out gently and footsteps echo softly on packed dirt. The hands of workers move with care, the rhythm steady and soothing. Around them the plain is still, the sky painted in soft hues, welcoming an unfurling day full of quiet effort. Wooden stakes cast long shadows across the plain as the sun climbs higher. Each line drawn in the dust speaks of careful, thought-broad plans whispered among the workers like a secret song. The chorus of soft wind and distant river folds into the moment. The slow gathering of materials and men creates a calm geometry of purpose and peace on the empty plain. Measuring, marking, smoothing, voices are low and footsteps deliberate. Beasts shift quietly, bearing loads with steady grace. The tools are arranged like soft notes awaiting a first melody. The day unfolds gently here, each repetitive action drawing a thread of harmony through the morning stillness. An intricate calm builds beneath the soft breeze and warming stillness. As the first light gathers strength, the plain holds its breath in quiet anticipation. The soft sounds of work form a steady heartbeat, an unspoken promise weaving slow coordination. Stakes and ropes outline the future, while the calm earth listens. Here, At the dawn of building, the world is hushed, waiting for the story of stone and effort to begin, one slow breath at a time. Chapter 2. Stones from the Hill. Listen closely to the steady rhythm of ancient quarry work. Strike, pry, roll, secure. Wedges bite into stone faces while chisels whisper against the rough grain. Carts creak along dusty tracks, the slow, deliberate motion of loading and pulling heavy blocks. These steady actions unfold slowly, echoing the patient craft of extracting stones destined for the grand Colosseum. Strike, pry, roll, secure. The quarrymen move with quiet purpose under wide skies, their voices soft and sparse, sharing brief words between each motion. Stone blocks shift and settle, each one measured by weight and grain. Pull, lift, lower. The repetition creates an imagined rhythm that guides these men through their day, blending the labor with a calm, unhurried flow like a slow heartbeat in time with the ancient land. Carts, laden with rough-hewn stones, trundle slowly along dusty tracks toward the building site. The wheels groan quietly under the heavy burden, an unchanging song of effort and endurance. Along the path, small stones fall away, sifted and sorted by hand, their size and grain carefully noted. Slowly, steadily, the colossal task moves forward with patient, deliberate steps that mirror the heartbeat of Rome itself. At the quarry's edge, wedges and chisels mark a slow, measured dance of human strength and stone. Workers brace themselves, hands steady, muscles pulsing with repetition. The strike of tools against rock echoes softly over the hills. Each fracture means progress, slow progress, deliberate progress, as heavy blocks begin their long journey from solid hillsides toward an architectural dream that will stand for millennia beyond today's quiet effort. Pull, lift, lower. The rhythm continues while men coordinate their movements with graceful patience. Stones are sorted by size, grain, and strength, chosen carefully to build walls that will endure. The dusty air carries the sounds of labor, a gentle murmur punctuated by creaks and taps. These repeated motions, unhurried and steady, are part of an unspoken pact between the stone, the earth, and the hands that shape them. A slow procession of stones winds quietly down the hill. Each block moves with care, balanced and steady, embraced by ropes and wooden sleds. The quarrymen speak in low tones, their words blending with the rhythm of creaking carts and scraping tools. This measured pace settles into the mind, a gentle wave of calm as the stone's story unfolds, patient, enduring, and infused with an ancient resilience. Wedges slip between cracks, chisels trace careful lines. Strike, pry, roll, secure, movements slow and deliberate. The sun climbs higher, casting soft light over the busy scene. Each block is a promise held in stone solid, heavy, waiting for its place in Rome's great arena. The continual repetition of effort carries a quiet dignity, a steady beat marking time in the long tale of creation. Slowly, cartwheels grind over stone dust, their creaks blending with whispered instructions among the quarrymen. Hands pull and lift weighted blocks carefully, placing each in a planned formation. There is no rush, only the calm certainty of steady progress. This measured tempo, repeated over days and months, lets the mind settle into a peaceful rhythm, mirroring the timeless pulse of stone and earth. The quarrymen's work is a delicate balance of force and finesse. Strike, pry, a slow, repeated rhythm that shapes history. Dust rises softly with each chisel stroke, settling back to earth as patient time marches on. The gentle conversations between men offer quiet comfort, a shared routine creating not just stone, but but a foundation of trust and perseverance that will support the towering arches to come. Day fades gently as the last stones roll into position, secure and steady. The air cools, filled with the soft murmurs of a day well spent. Each repeated motion from pull to lift to lowercements, the quiet legacy of the quarrymen's hands. Their unhurried, careful work is a timeless rhythm, a lullaby of stone and sweat that carries the weight of ancient Rome's dreams into the night. Chapter 3. The Carver's Rhythm. Imagine the soft tap of a chisel, the steady lean of a body poised over stone. We follow the quiet hands of the carvers and masons, each motion measured and deliberate. Their steady rhythm shapes the rough face of a block into a perfect fit. This journey from raw to refined invites you to settle deeper into calm and breathe slowly. Watching a mason's careful eye as it tracks a line again and again, you hear the soft score of tools against stone. The carver checks angles, smoothing rough edges with repeated patience. Each gentle tap holds a steady promise, its subtle echo a lullaby for the mind. There is power in repetition, a soothing dance between hand and stone. The block, initially raw and unshaped, becomes a voussoir, one small piece of the great Colosseum. Layer by layer, the texture changes with measured care. Patience here is a quiet master, guiding slow hands that know the stone's grain and the story it tells as it transforms. This unhurried craft brings harmony into shape. Feel the steady rhythm as the chisel finds its grain, tapping gently, retreating, then tapping again. The mason's body leans in, as if listening to the stone itself. Small rituals repeat in this dance. Check the angle, score the line, smooth the surface, a quiet cycle that gently rocks your thoughts toward rest. The carver's hand holds a timeless grace, guiding the chisel with soft precision. Each chip, each grain exposed, reveals the stone's hidden history. The slow repetition of work, the quiet humming of focus and care, creates a calm rhythm that invites your mind to release tension and drift gently along. This stone's journey feels endless yet serene. From stubborn roughness to smooth perfection, the block yields only through consistent, tender effort. The mason's repeated eyeing of lines, the soft tapping of chisels, each movement is deliberate, slow, and unhurried, carrying a tranquil pulse that soothes every thought into stillness. Imagine the soft dust drifting as hands work, shaping the block with calm determination. One smooth score followed by another, a slow, rhythmic flow of motion that echoes the heartbeat of the ancient builders. This gentle cadence, repeated and steady, invites a peaceful breath and a quiet mind. In this moment of still creation, every tap matters. The masons repeat their age-old rituals with steady hands and focused eyes. Each small stroke builds not only stone but trust in the rhythm of making. As you listen, let your thoughts settle into the same steady beat, syncing with the slow unfolding of craft. The block becomes a perfect voussoir, fitting precisely into the larger whole. This slow shaping follows a patient pattern, a soft pulse of motion check, tap, smooth shaping stone, and calming the mind alike. The craftsman's rhythm beckons you to surrender to the gentle repetition, inviting peaceful rest. As the carver works slowly, the stone's rough face fades into something precise and true. The patient dance of angles, lines, and taps melts into a soothing hum. Together, the rhythms of tool and hand offer a quiet meditation, wrapping your thoughts in calm, steady arcs as the block finds its perfect place in history. Chapter 4. Timber, Scaffolds, and the Slow Rise. Imagine the gentle rhythm of wooden frames being raised carefully, layer by layer, as scaffolds crawl upward like patient giants. Each lift, each brace, each careful test echoes a slow, soothing drum in the heart of the Roman construction site. As we listen, the soft creaks and whistle of pulleys become a lullaby, inviting calm and rest. Raise, brace, test. The wooden beams settle into place, forming a quiet lattice that supports hopes and stone alike. The scaffolding grows slowly, a delicate skeleton wrapped in rich timber. Workers move in steady rhythm, each step a part of the unfolding structure, whose rise is as methodical and measured as breathing itself, carrying the listener upward through invisible layers as breathing itself, carrying the listener upward through invisible layers of silent effort. Lift, slide, rest. The pulleys ratchet gently in tune with the workman's soft murmur, fibers of rope tightening, then slackening like a slow heartbeat. Each stone block is lifted precisely and ever so cautiously to its place, sliding along the wooden platforms crafted with care. The scaffold towers higher with a steady grace that encourages quiet contemplation and soothing thought as the arena's form begins to echo the chorus of patient hands. Raise, brace, test. This threefold rhythm weaves through the building site like a song, soothing and steady. Wooden platforms spread wider, offering rest for the hands that carve and for the eyes that watch. The scaffolding's height reflects the slow but certain progress of creation, each segment locked in place with profound patience. It invites the listener to breathe deeply and drift gently toward sleep's embrace. Lift, slide, rest. The slow ascent continues, lifting stone after stone into the growing embrace of the scaffolds. The air carries a faint smell of fresh wood and shifting earth, blending softly with the soundscape. Each movement feels deliberate, the rhythm creating a pattern as repetitive and calming as waves washing gently ashore, holding the listener suspended in peaceful progress. Raise, brace, test. The steady hum of progress fills the quiet morning air, punctuated by the comforting creak of timber shifting slightly under its own weight. Workers' movements form a gentle ballet of strength and care, supporting the massive structure as it climbs. It is a slow, focused dance in which every piece finds its place, forming a foundation strong and serene, ready for the next step in its journey. Lift, slide, rest. The scaffold ascends, drawing a framework of light and shadow beneath the pale sky. Below, the stones lay aligned like quiet promises, each waiting to be lifted and settled. The slow pace offers space for calm reflection, as if time itself has decelerated to accompany the rise. The narrative becomes a lullaby, wrapping listeners in a cocoon of gentle, repeated sounds and measured, gentle, repeated sounds and measured. Raise, brace, test. With every careful adjustment, the wooden framework breathes life into the Colosseum's emerging form. The repetition of commands and confirmations becomes a mantra, a soft cadence that lulls the mind to stillness. Each scaffold level signals progress, yet insists on patience, inviting the listener to rest alongside the builders as the arena grows slower, steadier, and ever more magnificent. Lift, slide, rest. The tension of ropes and the slow shifting of timbers blend into a soothing melody that carries upward with each scaffold level. The workers' movements synchronize with the creaks and whispers of the wood, forming a peaceful rhythm of construction. The arena, once just a vision, now rises in tangible layers, a slow ascent filled with the promise of endurance and quiet majesty. Raise, brace, test. As this chapter closes, the scaffold stands tall, a testament to careful planning and patient labor. The wooden frames, lifted with steady hands, hold not just stone, but the weight of history itself. The slow climb of construction invites the listener to release the days. Chapter 5. Arches Becoming Arches. The moment has arrived where the grand arch begins to take shape. The centering frame is carefully placed, a silent guide holding the weight yet to be set. One by one, the voussoirs are fitted with gentle precision, each stone an important note in this quiet symphony of balance. Hammer, set, step back. The mason repeats these motions steadily. The rhythmic tapping echoes softly in the calm air. Each strike is deliberate, ensuring the stones align perfectly as the arch takes form. The slow logic of weight and balance is present in every movement and sound as the structure grows more stable. Silence falls for a moment as the keystone is eased into its throne. It is the final act, the quiet triumph of an arch completed. With careful hands, the mason makes sure it settles just right, balancing forces with subtle strength. This keystone holds the promise of endurance, a silent guardian of weight and grace. As the arch steadies, the atmosphere softens. The masons step back, eyes gently tracing the curvature that now spans the space. Their routine slows, breathes with reverence. The steady sounds of hammering fade into the background as the arch stands strong, a testament to patience and subtle mastery over stone and time. Now begins the preparation for the next opening. The masons gather their tools with unhurried care, the routine continuous but quiet. Each stone to be cut and fitted will follow the same gentle rhythm. There is a flow to the work, a respectful waiting for balance to assert itself. Every step echoes a slow, steady heartbeat of the build. Hammer, set, step back. The cadence of construction repeats with calm assurance. The centering frame rises once more, ready to support another span. Each movement is purposeful and soft. The masons move together like a whispered song, repeating their task without rush, allowing the arch shape to emerge slowly from the stone. The stones are shaped and aligned carefully, slipping into place with a quiet touch. Sound mingles with silence in a balanced duet. The masons listen to the harmony of weight and tension, adjusting as needed. Their motions blend into the rhythm of the day, steady and unhurried, honoring the weight each piece must hold for centuries. Step back. The arch stands once again, firm beneath the morning light. Dust settles gently, a soft veil over the work completed. The builders move on with reverence, their footsteps slow and calm. The arch is not just to shape it, is a whisper of endurance and grace, a moment frozen in stone that invites quiet reflection. The mason's routine continues with steady rhythm. Tools are readied for the next task while eyes rest briefly on the arches standing serene. The work is not hurried but thoughtful, each step a careful dance of patience. The quiet triumph of the keystone remains a silent heart, steadying the passage of time and the flow of labor. As the day winds on, calm returns to the building site. The arches are marvels of balance, bearing silent witness to ages past. The masons pause, breathing in the completion before moving gently to their next stones. A reverent and unhurried spirit guides them, weaving strength into stone, creating a lasting legacy shaped by quiet hands. Chapter 6. Seating, Corridors, and Quiet Logistics. Imagine the slow carving of each step, the careful layering of seating tiers, and the hidden corridors beneath. The hands work steadily, chiseling, smoothing, laying thresholds. These small, repeated tasks blend into a calm, methodical rhythm, setting the stage for the invisible work that supports all movement within the Colosseum. Each chiseled stone step holds a quiet purpose. Workers smooth risers to ensure firm footing, shaping surfaces with steady patience. Steps rise gradually, guiding the flow of movement, while the corridors below begin to take form. These silent passages will later direct crowds smoothly, their layout designed with careful planning and repetition, building a foundation for effortless motion throughout the arena. Beneath and around the tiers, the vomitoria take shape passageways designed for swift exits, carved into the structure's base. The rhythm of work continues slowly, laying stones, setting anchors, smoothing edges. Each action choreographs how thousands of visitors will later flow through the Colosseum, their steps guided unknowingly by the quiet labor of builders who turn stones into pathways. Invisible within the structure, channels for drainage are carefully integrated, a necessary detail for a venue exposed to weather and crowds. These quiet logistics ensure the arena remains sound over time, allowing the flow of water away from seating and corridors. The steady tempo of work reflects a deep understanding of lasting strength, blending practical needs with architectural grace beneath the grandeur above. Craftsmen mark anchor points systematically, places where beams and supports will fit securely. Each anchor is a promise of stability, a silent partner to arches and tiers above. The repetition of marking and setting anchors fits into the slow, deliberate pace of construction. As stones are laid and smoothed, invisible braces form the skeleton of an enduring monument to Roman engineering and thoughtful design. The labor proceeds with measured steps. Chisel a step, smooth a riser, lay a threshold. This repetitive, rhythmic process invites calm reflection, as each motion shapes not only stone, but also the experience of thousands yet to come. The corridor's calm breath, the seat's steady rise, all embody the careful choreography of the builder's hands, moving steadily toward completion with unhurried dedication. As tiers of seating slowly emerge, the quiet work continues beneath and around. Corridors widen carefully, ensuring ample passage, their stone walls smoothed and strong. The builder's rhythm maintains a consistent tempo, steady and sure, laying foundations for movement that will one day flow like quiet streams of people. In this calm repetition, the Colosseum's pulse grows gentle and inviting. The understructure's corridors mirror the patience of the builders. Each stone weighs steady with purpose. Each doorway invites passage ahead. The organization of these spaces reflects a quiet intelligence, anticipating the needs of crowds long before they arrive. This planning is invisible to most, but it is the heartbeat of this monumental endeavor, steady and sure, weaving calm into the fabric of the structure. The quiet logistics of the Colosseum are a symphony of small, repetitive gestures. Every threshold laid and every anchor set contributes to an elaborate harmony of movement and function. The builder's hands map out spaces unseen, ensuring strength, ease, and order. Their patient work stitches the stone and shadows together, crafting a lasting monument that will endure the slow passage of time with grace. As the final steps are carved and seating tiers take their final shape, The rhythm of finishing work slows to a gentle conclusion. The quiet planning beneath the surface aligns with the grand vision above. This calm, methodical pace invites you to settle beside the builder's steady hands, listening to the soft, repetitive tasks that made the Colosseum a masterpiece of both strength and serene order. Chapter 7. Quiet Completion and a Long Afternoon. As the day draws slowly to its close, the echoes of hammer and chisel soften into gentle rhythms. The last stones are fitted with care, each one locking into place without a sound of celebration. Scaffolds begin to settle quietly, and the workers' breath mingles with the fading light, their steps measured and unhurried as they leave the day behind. Chapter 7. Quiet completion and a long afternoon continues. Without fanfare or crowds, the site falls into a calm hush. Tools clink softly as they are packed away, the familiar sounds of labor giving way to evening stillness. Each piece of stone rests where it belongs, a silent testimony to patient craft and steady hands. The workers walk home under the slowly dimming sky, their day's effort laid gently before them. Chapter 7. Quiet completion and a long afternoon. The routine repeats, a soothing lullaby of construction chores. Lock the stone carefully, lower the beam gently, take a last, thoughtful glance. Each motion is deliberate, part of a slow choreography perfected by countless days. The sound of settling scaffolding blends with the steady rhythm of quiet breaths, marking the peaceful transition from work to rest. Chapter 7. Quiet completion and a long afternoon. The amphitheater stands nearly finished, its curves and arches catching the late light like a breath held in repose. Every block tells a story of time, effort, and care, taken by many hands. The air hums softly with the memory of activity, now fading into stillness. This monumental space, born from quiet diligence, prepares to greet its future with calm strength. Chapter 7. Quiet completion and a long afternoon. The sun sinks slowly, casting elongated shadows across the smooth stones. Scaffolds, once bustling with workers, now stand empty and silent. The soft sounds of packing tools mingle with the distant rustle of leaves. There is no rush, no celebration. Instead, there is presence, a deep sense of accomplishment shared silently between stone and sky, as the amphitheater breathes its slow evening breath. Chapter 7. Quiet completion and a long afternoon. The day's work comes to a close in gentle steps. Laborers move steadily away, their movements calm and unhurried. The fading light wraps around the amphitheater's arches, highlighting the textures of smooth stone and worn surfaces. Each element rests in place, steady and unassuming, a testament to the quiet patience that carried the construction forward, day after day, stone by stone. Chapter 7. Quiet completion and a long afternoon. Soft sounds of footsteps blend with the distant calls of birds settling for the night. The amphitheater breathes quietly, a living structure made still. There is an absence of noise except for the gentle clink of metal as tools are packed away one last time. The labor ends without ceremony, a peaceful closure marked only by the slow descent of light and shadow. Chapter 7. Quiet completion and a long afternoon. The familiar rhythm of the day slows to a whisper. The stone cools beneath the evening sky, untouched now except by a cool breeze. Workers' sighs mingle with the settling dust, their work finished for the day. The amphitheater rests, not yet alive with human voices, but alive with the history etched deeply into every carved stone and every carefully placed arch. Chapter 7. Quiet completion and a long afternoon. Step by step, the tools are lowered and carried away, the weight of labor lifting with each movement. A final glance is cast over the grand structure, now bathed in soft golden light. The amphitheater stands proud yet peaceful, a silent composition of effort and time, waiting patiently to welcome stories whispered beneath the vast Roman sky. Chapter 7. Quiet completion and a long afternoon. As the last worker disappears from view, the amphitheater breathes out a calm sigh. The long afternoon fades into twilight, and the stones absorb the quiet. Here, in this restful moment, the great construction rests an enduring memory of patient hands and steady hearts, ready to greet the future with tranquil strength